It is Sunday, relaxing day, perfect day to be at home. It's part of the weekend as well, and today we bring you yet another round of the HoNTourSEA Southeast Asia G League, and it's the first time that we actually got to work on a goddamn Sunday for this entire series. So I hope you guys will also enjoy whatever we can bring you. That's it. This is Babel, and joining me today is usually the same guy. Glad that he came back.
The same guy.
Yesterday wasn't around. He went for a date, so it's good.
No?
Anyway, Lark is here as well.
What? Eight? What? No? Anyways, yeah, man, Sunday, guys. What a drag. But hey, it's HoN, man. What's there not to love about this game? Plus, we have impunity.storm, guys. A lot of star players here in this team. Haven't really performed as much, but I did notice that yesterday they took 2 wins over. What's the team's name again? I completely forgot. It was
RDCS. Oh
yeah
my god.
RDCF. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, RDCF, man. It's pretty interesting to see that happen because RDCF is actually one of those teams that are pretty decent. They are known for drawing with a lot of these teams,
Oh
but yeah,
yeah.
yesterday 2-0 them, man. So Imperial Storm might be looking to get on the rise right here as they go for Keeper of the Forest first pick, by the way.
Yep, that's right. So Keeper as well as the Tempest is going to be splitting up in terms of the sites, but they are still going to be in this game. That's it. In the first batting phase, we have the Sandrift, Ophelia, Moon Queen, Engineer, all nicely addressed. Sandrift definitely being banned by Nova because he doesn't want to face that. Moon Queen also that, so that signals a little bit of a different carry route coming up from Nox, and I am thinking it might be a Dampier. But hopefully that is going to be materialized because Dampier is one of those years that I heard Nox has been training a lot these days. But it's going to be Prisoner pick first, no worries about that. That said, Legion Sights lineup is going to be nicely completed with the Keeper, MOA, 945. So it's nice to see that they have got pretty sizable amount of lockdown as well. Uh, sorry, and it's the MOA is gonna provide substantial amount of ganking as well as a stun using a very simple point stun. Prisoner 945 is gonna be the main recipe there, but being played by Emperor, a lot is gonna be expected there. And for help on side, No2e is gonna be there. There is the Tempest Pesty combo already. Just waiting to see if they actually have got something to tie it up nicely.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised that we are gonna be seeing the two jungle heroes coming out, the very, very famous Tempest, Keeper of the Forest. Rarely get to see these teams actually, to be honest. Hag is just a really good addition to the current lineup for Hellborn team. A lot of gang potential there already. You have the Pestilence, you have the Tempest for team fight, Hag for team fight as well. Carry potential also with the Hag. Hag always can also be in that off lane. We're not too sure whether he's gonna be the carry or the off lane just yet. Haven't really shown much of the lanes except for probably the mid and the jungle. Legion team, they definitely are probably gonna go for the Keeper of the Forest off lane, and then you have Master of Arms in mid with Prisoner 945. So they're definitely gonna go for more of like maybe a dual support possibly, or maybe even they could pick up Parasite if they wanted to, have that much more ability to just lock down that Tempest and just get him completely out of his game. But I'm interested to see that finally we're gonna be able to notice some jungle plays right here.
That's right, and speaking of Parasite, it is going to be banned away quickly there, so that will not be around for Team Legion to work with. However, I do believe that it should be pretty okay. Warding can also slow the Tempest farm quite a fair bit there, so it may not be as effective, but definitely it's going to slow him down to about 200 plus GPM. That would be pretty good. And in the earlier part of the day, we saw a very fantastic success with Tempest. No matter the amount of, well, it's not really like he was harassed, but he was definitely doing very well. And that's Shui's Tempest in the earlier series today. That'll be MSHC. So for all of you who are keen to catch that, you can catch the finals, and that would be also on our Twitch VOD. It will be on YouTube as well. That said, the following band heroes are pretty exciting: Corrupted Disciple and Gemini.
Yeah, like this Corrupted Disciple, Gemini, like I don't know why they decided to ban out Gemini. Maybe they've seen Nox's stream and the fact that he's playing a lot of those, unconventional carry heroes in a sense. Like you don't really see Gemini always being picked up. It's more of like that niche pick, but in some sense it can be picked up sometimes. That's why you call it a niche pick, anyways. They're gonna go for dual supports actually. They have the Pyromancer. I do believe Nova is probably going to be the Pyromancer unless that's going to be on Bastomp. Could also be in Bastomp, I think, as having Pyromancer is more that secondary support is that much more better since he's the ability to just nuke you down. You want him to get more levels as compared to Master of Arms. Like Master of Arms, as soon as he gets to level 6, he's pretty he's pretty good already. I mean, even level 7, because that's level 4. The acid bomb that does a shit ton of damage. When especially rooted down to the ground with Keeper of the Forest root.
Yes, and that's it. We have the Pyromancer there being picked up by Team Legend. That's exciting to see. But Doctor Repulsor being banned away. Wow. Do you cover that?
Yeah, didn't really cover that. Yeah, Doctor Repulsor, maybe most probably No2e. What's the name of the clan,
No
anyways?
remake. Just call them no remake.
Okay, no remake, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no
one really
remake.
long string of Thai words plus no remake. So
Yeah.
just no
I think
remake.
they saw that the carry player there coming from No Remake, the Jake ZF, I think he's a carry player for the team. He had a really exceptional, which I was supposed to say, which doctor, what do you call this? Doctor Repulsor had a really good 1506 play over there, so I think they're kind of worried about that Doctor Repulsor carry. So kind of interesting to see that actually happening out of there, as they did actually get 15-0 against Step Gods. Speaking of Step Gods, I think Step Gods is one of those teams that has been in the G League for a pretty long time.
Well, yeah, since Cycle 1 they've been around, but they haven't really been performing, and this is the swan song for them. If they don't milk on this opportunity, they are already not able to progress any further than that. But I'd say Step Gods, I mean, they came pretty long way and have quite a few amount of issues among the roster as well, so I would give them my heartiest sympathy. But unfortunately, this is where they will stop their journey. I think I am not thinking that they will make the playoffs, but again, who knows, man, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who knows? Suddenly they pull out 2-0 wins over Orange Esports, S2Y, all the whole bunch of the crazy top teams right now in G League. It could be a possibility, maybe. Never know. I mean, we just don't
Yeah,
know anything yet.
but they are they're down by 3 matches so far, so they are still at 0 points.
Okay, so that's a bit.
Anyway, back to this
Anyways,
game. Yeah, Imstorm versus no remake here. So it's gonna go down to boil down to the last second here. I hope it's not gonna be random. It's gonna be the Dark Lady. Wow, wait for suspense there. Yes, Dark Lady gonna be played by Nox in this game, and I do think
uh,
it's gonna be really awesome. That's it. However,
yeah.
Hellbound needs to be really careful because there is nothing there that can really go against this Dark Lady. The hack is not something that I mean is particularly strong against Dark Lady.
Yeah, I mean, he gets silenced. What's he gonna do? Pop Shrunken Hit and get silenced again. Can't do anything. I mean, Dark Lady is one of those really, really strong parries against these heroes. Oh my god, they could have gone for Soul Steal. So I think it's a Soul Stealer carry and Wretched Hag offlane. And I don't think that's the best combination here coming from Hellborn team. There is decent team fight because of that. Tempest, Tempest Soul Stealer is just always such a good combination on top of Hag as well. But the thing is, it's kind of greedy because you need a lot of farm. Currently, they're running with a tri-core setup. They don't have a the thing is you can't really have that with dual supports. You only have that Aluna there. So it's going to be a little bit difficult in terms of ganking. Definitely hope that this Pestilence is going to be able to carry his team in the early start of the game. And apparently they're going to need a remake. Oh, yeah, because Nova's going to go to the mid lane, guys.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
but
shit. Nova's going to carry this, guys. No worries. But yeah, I mean, speaking of which, on the Legion team, I think we're just gonna see a tremendously disgustingly farm Nox on this Dark Lady, and that's not gonna be awesome to see.
yeah, it's not gonna be good to see. But Hellbound team being titled no remake. Emperor did disconnect, so I hope it's gonna be okay. Oh, they did eventually allow the remake, so
Mm.
that is interesting to note as well. But that said, I would definitely want to see this next game coming in quickly.
Yeah, hopefully they remake it soon, because I just hate having to wait for games to be made and pauses. It's like the worst thing ever. It's like you just want to see games, games and more games and
That
stuff.
is correct, and I'm hoping that the games are gonna be fun today. Imperial Storm versus No Remake. Well, haven't really casted No Remake before, but the fact that they did win Step Cuts yesterday, I would presume that they are pretty good a team, and I am pretty much excited to cover that.
Yeah, very much so. And I think I just got the invite. Did you get the invite as well?
Nope, I did not, but I will join game quickly because I believe I'm on D&D. There we go.
Yep. Okay, nice. Anyways, again, what was the draft? Okay, so Legion team have the Keeper of the Forest, Master of Arms, Prisoner 9 for 5, Pyromancer, and the Dark Lady. So they have a decent amount of stuns. Master of Arms has that stun. Prisoner 9 for 5 has the hook. You have Pyromancer stun. Dark Lady doesn't really have a stun, but he does have a really, really good slow for that point. Couple of seconds. It should be more than enough to actually kill someone. As for Hellborn team, they have the Pestilence, the Hag, the Tempest. The other three heroes, I forgot who they are. I think there was the Soul Stealer and the Aluna. Yeah, so their team isn't as stun heavy as you'd like. there is a lot of decent team fight there. Of course, the Luna with that red Emerald Lightning is really good if placed nicely. You could get that 4-second stun off onto one of the major heroes coming out from the Legion team, but I don't know. I just feel like during the start of the game, Legion team might have that certain lead because they have the dual support MOA and Pyromancer, and once they reach the middle stage of the game, if and only if Nox has been able to get really good farm, like snowball farm at the start of the game, then we're gonna see him transition to a really scary hard carry in the middle stages who's very aggressive.
Yes, and I hope that that is going to be the case. That said, we have a game on schedule. Just gonna wait for all these members to come back in, and I'm excited to see whether Nux can beat his personal best record of a 1000 GPM, or rather, if we can relive those moments there. That is gonna be really epic, but again, it's gonna be entirely up to there, and
It's
hopefully
over 1,000, I think.
power level over 1000 instead. Yeah, and
Yeah, it's
that's
pretty
gonna
low.
mean a lot. It's pretty low, indeed, in a different context, but in GPM. If you
Yeah,
can say
same.
1000 GPM is low, you better perform like 2000, and I'm gonna be wanting to see that.
Yeah,
Anyway, game is actually back here, so I'm gonna show you guys the screen really quickly. The lobby, as usual, I'm gonna have to change the screen quickly because this one is gonna be an all pick.
awesome
So,
stuff. Hmm.
a bit sad to see, but Pyromancer is gonna be a Nova instead of the big prisoner that I've been wanting to see.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, why not just swap roles? Emperor going onto the Pyromancer. I want to see some Emperor secondary support and some mid lane Nova action, man.
Yeah, yeah,
That could be
definitely.
pretty interesting. But yeah, Prisoner 945. I actually thought that was Kraken for a second. Holy crap! I thought we were gonna go into another remake,
Blue
but
as the ocean.
yeah, that's actually one of my most favorite avatars. Unfortunately, I didn't get the hero when it was at EA, so don't have that. I only have the little pig. But
Oh,
that,
they will always do a little bit of the offer, so don't worry about that too much. It's still gonna be up on the HoN store in a few months' time, I hope.
yeah, exactly. There is Christmas around the corner, by the way, bros. In fact, for every one
Oh
of you,
yeah.
Christmas is next month. BT Dubs. It's already the 11th, guys. Can you imagine? Time flies. Time flies really fast, surprisingly.
Yeah, 17 November. Today's my dad's birthday anyway.
Oh, really? Oh, well, guys, can we just gather around and just give a huge birthday shout out to Babel's dad right here?
Yeah, yeah, right,
Woo!
Lark.
Woo!
High on drunk as
Congratulations,
usual, huh? What
birthday!
the hell?
Woo!
So
Yeah,
much
but
heat there. Anyway, game is it's gonna take its own sweet time because they are discussing a little bit of strategy. Hopefully the laning is gonna be a little bit more exciting. We did see speaking about exciting laning, we did see Impunity Earth, a separate team in today afternoon's after tournament. They did put the center for the mid lane, and boy, that was really interesting.
yeah, it
That
wasn't
said,
the best though. Yeah,
it didn't really went very well. Let's just say it was funny. And
yeah.
on this particular game, it's gonna be Team Impunity Storm versus No Remake from Thailand. Both of them are in Thailand, so I do believe that this would be a pretty much lag-free kind of server. On Team Legion, Impunity Storm captain and drafter Nova gonna be the Pyromancer. Best Storm on the secondary support, that would be the MOA. Dark Lady on Nox, as well as Murph gonna be ringing today here. She's gonna be your keeper of the forest. Last but not least, Emperor there is gonna reprise the role of the Prisoner 945. That's it on the help on site. No remake from Thailand. Don't really know how they are, but they are here in the G League, so definitely a little bit of testimony there as to their standard. We definitely have got the Tempest, and that's gonna be played by Hip, and Bamley gonna be the Aluna,
Hip's gonna
the
die.
Victoria. Oh, sorry, talking about dying. Yeah, Tempest is now gonna be a little bit tight spotter, and Hip is gonna be a Hip of Dung after this. There we go. I'm sorry, but just gonna have to make.
Nothing much to be said there, bro. I mean, like
I know, but Hip
four
there.
people, it's 5 people. Yeah.
Keep that going down very quickly, and that's it. Bamley, you covered her already. Yeah. Dil Victoria gonna be your nice pestilence. Uppish will be your rich attack. Last but not least, Jake F, Jigs F, Jigs F, Jigs F, yeah, whatever. Jake there is gonna be a trusty Soul Reaper, Soul Stealer, Soul Stealer. That's
Soul
right.
Reaper, what? Yeah, but Soul Stealer at the top lane here without any support should be a fairly alright. I mean, he's going against a Keeper of the Forest. Maybe CS could be a little bit hard. It's gonna depend on the first few waves of creeps. If he's able to get those, then he's gonna have no issues against farming this Keeper against this Keeper of the Forest. But I definitely think Keeper of the Forest will have the upper hand because you see, look at his inventory. He is stacked up full of regen. There's no way you're gonna box this guy out of lane. He has a health potion and a stack of Blightstones. Middle lane, it's gonna be a Luna Pestilence versus Prisoner and Pyromancer definitely give the favor to the Legion team because they can kill you off even much more faster as compared to Pestilence lane. And bottom, of course, Master of Arms against this Master of Arms and Dark Lady, sorry, against this Hag right here. This is the power of dual supports.
Yes, and Bastom is gonna have the heavy responsibility to try and box out this stretch attack just to make sure that she will stay at level 1 if possible, if not to reach level 2 at best. That said, it is gonna be pretty hard to jump for him, and we're looking at the mid lane again. A lot of aggression from both sides. Definitely Prisoner can hook in a little bit of a kill on the Luna if it is gonna be possible. Pyromancer does link very nicely with the combo as well, so that is some of the action that we will be expecting from the mid lane. Meanwhile, bottom lane, as I have mentioned before, Bastom now doing a lot of work against stretch attack, boxing her out in a very nice fashion, and that is going to be really good for Team Legion if the Suicide doesn't get as much farm and level, because Keeper, on the flip side of this entire game, is doing a very good job at top, already at level 2 against the Soul Stealer. I'm not expecting Keeper to absurdly win this lane. I'm just saying that as long as you get levels as a Suicide player, it's definitely going to be a lot more valuable than not getting any at all.
Yeah, and I've been watching very closely in this Tempest. He's not having the best field day right now. He used the Word of Revelation, was not able to spot out the Word of Sight. Really good placement, by the way, by Nova. They blocked out every single camp coming out from him, so he will not have that to work with. And he killed the creeps a little bit too late. Okay, the Cadaver's gonna disappear, so he's gonna be able to still work with this small camp here. Oh, actually not. So it doesn't spawn, but he will get a regeneration rune. That's pretty good for him, but he's gonna have to wait a couple of more seconds, like 40 plus seconds before he can start farming again. 40 and 30 seconds around there before he can start farming those small camps. So Tempest not having the best field day. Definitely can come here to the top lane and just harass a bit. Murph actually already forced to use the health potion. Soul Stealer is doing a pretty good job, I have to say.
Yes, and definitely look at the Tempest not having a good time at all. I would say that the Tempest definitely needs a little bit more space in terms of farming, and he's gonna have that once the Ward of Wrath expire. However, it would be still pretty much limited farming because the 2 Ward of Sight is gonna block out the big camps, and that's where he needs to get those farms on. That's it, 2 minutes 40 seconds into this game, 1 already, and Heap is just really sad playing the Tempest. He did give out the Bloodlust there to Nova. So speaking about Nova reversing his curse there, it's pretty interesting to see as well. In the previous cycle, he was the one who was, you know,
top lane.
just kept dying. That's it, top lane, a little bit of extra engagement happening here, and Soul Stealer looking to run away, but Murph is gonna be boxed in behind the trees there. And if it's gonna be 1 or 2 more hit, it could be possible, but no, a clutch gameplay by the Soul Stealer means that the Demon Hand is gonna be good enough. I do believe a little bit of hesitation was because was the main reason why Murph was not able to pick up the kill there.
Well, not really that. It's just that she got outplayed. That was like, you have no reason to be pushing down so close to tier 1. Even though you're tanky, like you have level 2 Nature's Veil, sure, so what? That doesn't block the magical damage coming from Soul Stealer. You just gave the well, not the really bloodless. Oh, middle lane though.
Yeah, mid lane's gonna be okay. Prisoner is actually gonna be able to just face up with Rush Attack, who is still at level 1, and that is gonna be good news for Team Legion. However, Murph also having a bit of a trouble against the Soul Stealer right now. Soul Stealer, I mean, he is not at full health points, and he should be able to just quickly die away if there is any form of gank coming in. But Murph again gonna try to overextend the Corinne now. It's a little bit in question. The Corinne gets sniped out quickly, but Soul Stealer already have the bottle there, so it's gonna be pretty scary for Murph to stay in this lane right now. That's a bottom rune, bottom river. There's a double damage rune there, so it's gonna go to Wretched Attack quickly. And Pyromancer is not gonna have a field day at that part of the map.
Yeah, I mean, like Murph giving that first blood, well, not really first blood. First blood at the top lane is not good because Soul Stealer just boosted his farm. He's able to get more souls. He's not dying. He picked up bottle. He's gonna stay in lane that much more easily. And Keeper of the Forest doesn't have any regen because she burned through everything. There's a double damage on Hag, by the way. Might
And
spot
Hag's
out this
gonna-
massive farms. Here we go.
Yep, gonna punish the MOA, disjoin the stun very nicely, so overcharge shot is not gonna be effective, but the Hag is gonna back away. That's a Nox, man, just gonna have to visit him once in a while there. He is actually already at about 390 GPM, and that is just 5 minutes into this game, and only 1 assist. So that's a Nox is doing a lot of work, and Soul Stealer, man, despite the fact that he did have 1 kill, he is still about 100 GPM behind Nox, and if this goes on, no matter how fat the Soul Stealer is, you have to address the Dark Lady.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Dark Lady against.
And the mid lane hook comes in. Pasty comes in because of the hook as well. But Nova is in a little bit of a questionable spot right now, and he's going down quickly. That being said, Pasty is not going down because of the extra help from both the Hag as well as the Luna. So it's actually a bit sad for Legion team in that particular sense. But 1-2, and still very much a game that's split down middle so far.
Yep, and again my Skype seems to be bugging out. I keep getting the choppy thing again. I'm gonna try to restart Skype and be back really quickly if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just be back real quick.
I can't complain, right? But that's it. Anyway, this game's still ongoing. 6 minutes already. 1-2. Legion team having a slight amount of goal lead so far, all due to the credits of Nox. They're doing a lot of farm with over 400 GPM already. That said, I am not expecting a little bit of a gank to come in soon, but Luna is with Wretched Hack here, and they might actually want to go downstream a little bit more just to make sure that there is a possibility of ganking that the Nox, yes, that Dark Lady, but that is not happening just yet. And on the top lane, Murph already completely, not, I wouldn't say completely surrendering the, surrendering the lane to, sorry about that, to Soul Stealer, but definitely he is having a little bit more space to farm right now. Level 7 already, and level 6 on Murph playing as the Keeper of Force, so I am excited to see whether she is able to retain control there, or she is gonna have to force herself all the way down to the Legion jungle to try and make sure that there is substantial farm and making sure that there's some stuff going on there. That's a Legion Courier is also gonna get sniped up by No Remix Upish, and that is a little bit sad to see, because that means that both sides already lost the well, the courier, and will have to force themselves to buy a new one. That's it. Top lane, a little bit of extra contest coming in.
Hello?
Tower is not gonna get denied. It will be destroyed, and the demon hand coming out quickly will be able to just deal a little bit of harassment there onto the keeper. Meanwhile, mid lane we have Pestilence, supposedly just okay against the prisoner. Prisoner definitely has got a little bit of kill potential should the hook be rigged in. So that's it. Pretty much okay so far.
Yeah, I think my Skype is really screwed. I can't hear for some reason. I don't know what's going on right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. It's good on my end. So it's your computer, and you need a new one. So guys, please do donate to EGTV so we can buy Lark a brand new computer for better coverage. But that's it. Mid lane, Pestilence is gonna pop the Impale quickly, and he is gonna be fine. That is because of the fact that the Impale will slow down the prisoner by a fair bit, and the prisoner will not be able to land any form of hit there. And that is pretty good news for Team Hellbourne, but 1-2, and so far a 1k goal lead going on for them because of the tower destroyed at the top lane.
Yeah, that push at the top lane was able to boost out the farm from Master of no, Master Soul Stealer. I was actually looking at bottom lane during that during the time I was reconnecting, and that was a good career snipe, by the way, by the Hag Illusions, I think it was. Not the Hag Illusions. Yeah, it was the Hag Illusions. Sorry, what the hell am I talking about? But yeah, I mean they haven't slowed down Dark Lady at all. He's still going at a strong 400 GPM, but this Soul Stealer has actually caught up and isn't actually in front of the table right now. I think the thing that he needs now is the rest of his supports to actually go around the jungle and stack that up for him. But of course, the fact that they have a Tempest just means that they can't really do that because Tempest needs a lot of farm as well. If they want to have some sort of team fight advantage.
Yep, the hook in onto Pesty as usual. A good full-out stun coming from Nova, but is it going to be able to pick up the Pestilence, or is Emperor going to get turned around here? It is going to be possible that a power throw is going to snipe this, or may not even be needed, but Upish is going to get a kill. So again, a little bit of a questionable play coming out from Emperor, but still all in good name there. He is trying his best to make sure that Pesty is killed, but there are several misses around this entire map, and he should notice that as well.
Yeah, I mean like the fact that he actually tried to pull, it's like it didn't really work out. And like one thing I noticed about Emperor is that he always tries to force some sort of aggression in a team fight, but it's always unfavorable and ends up actually just killing himself because he, you know, the hero prisoner 9 for 5. Same thing like, you know, how you Pebbles chuck back a hero into your team like we saw earlier on today. You can't really do that against a team that can actually initiate on you, like a team that wants to be next to you to actually get their spells off. Like imagine you hook in a Tempest and the rest of your teammates are there and boom, suddenly you get a Elemental Void, 5-man Elemental Void. Yeah, that's not really the best kind of situation you want to happen. So hopefully Emperor kind of decides a little bit better as to when he wants to go in with the, you know, with the all ball and chain skill over there.
Yeah, and that's it. It's still pretty okay. 10 minutes in already. 1-3, and top lane keeper not able to hold the fort here. It seems like both K1 and K2 will go down, but there goes the big root, and Nova comes in. Soul Burst going out as well. Not really very effective, but Tempest is going to be questionable. There will be a big Void as well to try and come in and do a little bit of extra damage, but it will only kill the MOA. That's a Pesty hasted looking for the kill on Nova. Nova's going to land a great stun, so that means that he is going to be a little bit fine there. But that's it. Prisoner is going to land a Shackle there on Pesty. Pesty still is hasted, and that's really cute to see that a guy with Shackle can still walk at 522.
Yeah, It's really funny to see that Pestilence just running on. That's a cool avatar, by the way. Oh, MOA actually just not gonna throw the stun.
Oh yes, MOA not able to save Emperor. The Emperor is actually gonna have to pop the ulti and will have to rake in the retro deck, but will not get too much of a damage out there. But here comes Dark Lady, and Nox trying to salvage the rest of his members of the team just to make sure that the trade is favorable. In fact, a little bit too late and will not get it done. They will, however, get the tower denied. So that is a little bit of a good news there. 3-6 so far, and 4k gold lead for Team Hellborn. Doing a lot of work indeed. Pasty is gonna be swimming around a little bit, too much for my liking. But there should be, I mean, okay, the ace up my sleeve is completely off, but I don't blame him. He might actually just want to protect the effect, the Dark Lady, just to make sure that Pesty is not headed that way, that direction. But still, so far, there is a lot of stack camps here in the Legion jungle, and Pesty is actually going to nicely feast himself on those scripts there.
Yeah, either that or it could probably just signal his teammates to come in and try to sweep out those camps over there, because I don't think he's gonna be able to just take that up by himself. He's gonna, waste a lot of HP. Might as well just go in the lane, set up for some farm himself, and set up for even a gank. He did a pretty good job. Like the RNG factor on this Pestilence is almost as good as Kiddo's. Like he had that first hit gore proc on Dark Lady as soon as he charging strikes in, so that's really funny to see. But yeah, Pestilence is doing a pretty decent job. Already 1k gold in the bank. It's only 12 minutes in, around 12 minutes in. He's gonna eventually pick up his portal key probably at the 14-minute mark.
Yes, and that said, it is interesting, and I don't know, but Hellborn team is in a pretty good spot so far. impunity.storm not looking as well. They are still a little bit tad behind, and that said, we still have Dark Lady down south. And Emperor now is going to reprise the mid lane again, trying to make sure that he gets a little bit of a farm before the next team fight. But still, with only Andrew in the back, he is still very far away from his portal key.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very far, in my opinion. Maybe even just forsaking the portal key would be better for him. Just be a little bit more tankier, because he needs to stay alive when he procs that prison break ultimate, because that actually can help out a lot for the team. Because when they get sucked in, really, really close. Good enough for Keeper to land that huge root, and Darkly just like charging strikes in and just kill everybody single-handedly.
Yes, that's like Dark Lady will be denied that stacked pull of NC all the way from the pool camp to the level 5 camp there. So it's a little bit sad to see, but Dark Lady is going to be more than 5. She should be looking at a Rune Cleaver very soon. The GPM is starting to fall a little bit for her, and look at that, man. No remakes. Jake Zach F is actually now about 485 GPM on the Soul Stealer. That's really insane. I mean, someone who is able to carry a little bit better than Nox. Because of the kill, I do believe that he has pretty good kills, 3-0 and 0, and yep, you're gonna have to be really careful right now, because if you do feed the Soul Stealer too much, there is nothing Nox to really do in the late game.
Well, late game I wouldn't say that, because late game I do believe
mid game maybe.
Sorry, mid game, yeah, mid game, yeah, because Soul Stealer during that mid stage, that's when he really shines, and he is getting really good snowball farm. But the item pickups I don't really 100% agree with. He's going for Firebrand route first instead of the Shrunken Head. I still think Shrunken Head would be the better choice for him, because he needs to go in, make sure it doesn't get cancelled out when he uses the Soul Burst ultimate. The Germinator Spade will be pretty good, because that will provide him a second way to escape the Keeper route, should Keeper be able to pick up that Restoration Stone at the later part of this, later stage of this game actually.
Yep, and that's it. Things are not looking very good there. Definitely. It is impunity.storm that is having a little bit of a struggle so far in this game. 3k gold lead for Hellborn is still maintained there. And if you look at the GPM charts, things are not looking good at all. You've got almost everyone in the Hellborn team above 200 GPM. Even the retro deck that wasn't doing very well in the early stages of this game. So therefore, I mean, what do you think impunity.storm can do right now to try and make sure that they are still going to be able to catch up in this game?
Oh, well, Impunity just needs to make sure that they don't, keep getting picked off of the map. Like, you cannot allow Hellborn team to get any more pickoffs on your team, because they're so far behind. They should utilize their Keeper of the Forest to their advantage and try to push down other lanes, so that they can actually open up a lot of space for Dark Lady to farm even more without the need of worrying to, play passively or worry about where to go to farm. And they need to secure the jungle. That's very important for them, because Dark Lady actually lost a lot of farm. If you notice that really stacked out camp there from their Legion camp, Legion neutral their Legion NC, they just lost a lot from that stacks, in my opinion. Like Dark Lady could have been able to boost his GPM even that much more higher, and even get a early Mighty Blade before transitioning into the Shrunken Head. So they definitely need to secure their jungle, need more wards happening from their part, and just don't get picked off. That's the thing.
Yes, and that is interesting to see. That said, though, Hellborn is pretty much still in a very consolidated position. 15 minutes in already. They are looking for a gang at the Legion jungle right now. All 3 members going to be here. In fact, all 4. And the only one missing is going to be Soul Stealer. That's the carry, but it's okay to do without a carry for the earlier part of this entire game where gangs don't really need the big soul burst. But that said, it seems possible that the Pestilence is looking for a gang on Dark Lady. Dark Lady better be careful because Pesty has got a portal key already. But the ward is actually gonna be able to just nicely spot them out there. So I mean, Legion team is gonna have to play safe, and their jungle is just completely invaded right now, and there is really nothing that the Legion could really do. That's it. However, Nova is going down quickly, and Prisoner gonna pop the ulti, but there's limited as to what he can really do right now. He does deal a lot of damage and stuns all 5 of them. And here comes the Keeper Root, but a little bit questionable. There goes Dark Lady going in to pick up the kill onto the Retro Deck. And Dark Lady is going to be caught in the Tempest Ultimate. That's it. It's going to be MOA that will be left in this entire engagement. And that's 4 men already down. And Hellborn is actually in a very good spot. That's it. No remake, doing a lot of work against Impunity.storm in this game.
Yeah, and my Scub just cut out again. But yeah, I mean, that team fight went so well for them because the moment you see Tempest only just having to worry about solo ulting someone is the moment you know that, yeah, you're in deep shit, because they literally didn't need that Tempest ultimate at all. They only used it because they wanted to secure the kill on the Dark Lady, who was actually pretty much dead from there on out. But of course, always had the not the Dark Lady blades, the charging blades that she escaped. So yeah, so it's really, it's really grim for Legion team right now.
Yeah, it's very grim, and that said, I would expect them to have a little bit more trouble coming in the next few minutes of this game because there is no space for Dark Lady from. He does already have got the Shrunken, the Rune Cleaver completed, and we'll be looking a little bit more of the passive, as in the aggressive items right now, and I am hoping that Nox is gonna have the space to farm that out. And meanwhile, on the flip side, I mean, Hellborn is still very far behind from winning this game. You can say that they are in good spot, yes, but they still have got not a single base tower down yet. So this game could still be anyone's game, and in general, Soul Stealer definitely needs a little bit more protective in terms of items. He already has got a Geometer's Bane, that's going to be good enough to escape the Keeper's Roots. However, that's not going to help him against all the magical bursts coming out from the Pyromancer, so he needs to be really careful in case Pyromancer decides to just use his ulti on the Soul Stealer.
Yeah, that too. I mean, not only that, just the fact that they have a lot of stun potential, so every time he wants to, wind up that ultimate, they're gonna, oh, I see him winding up, let's stun him. Oh, I see him gonna wind up again, let's stun him again. Like, they could just constantly chain lock him that he's not gonna be able to do anything. Look at this.
They're gonna try and kill overextended. Yeah, they're gonna try to kill an overextended Pestilence, but Pesty does have to take flight, and that's gonna be really effective. So I'm ready on Dark Lady. There's a Soul Stealer behind. Soul Stealer doesn't have the portal key, so there's no way he can catch up. But there goes Pesty with a 2-man stun. That's very good. Maybe some Demon Head's gonna be warranted here, and there we go. The big ultimate from Prisoner. He's gonna try and man up here, but is it gonna be enough? It is not gonna do a thing there. And Soul Stealer is gonna be in a really good spot. That's it. Keeper just nicely gonna try and pop into here, but a little tad too late. He does have the root of cooldown, so that's good to see. That's it. 4-11. Impunity.storm in a lot of trouble so far.
Yeah, Emperor, man, is not having the best field day in his life.
And
Here we go.
It's gonna be nicely spotted here by the Pestilence, and that's gonna be an easy kill as well. And it's a little bit of a mistake to see that there is actually no wards in the region, so it's gonna be not safe to assume that they're already gone from the jungle there. So Murph definitely not doing as well as yesterday, but I would say that this is still game 1, and the best they could possibly do right now is try and make sure that Nox gets good farm, because Nox is going to be the ticket to victory today. And he does have the Bison Skull already completed, and despite the fact that he's already died once, he has still got about 450 GPM, and that is very respectable coming from Nox. And I mean, so far Soul Stealer is only about 100 GPM above him. He can definitely catch up, given the fact that Nox does have the space to farm.
Yeah, and okay, so Keeper decided to go for a straight up portal key so that they have the ability to, catch these heroes coming out from the Hellborn team, and also want to cancel out the Tempest. The problem with that is Tempest has a portal key of his own. You're not gonna be really able to catch him out. You're probably gonna be sitting, your team's gonna be sitting ducks, because you're gonna be constantly, like, this is like all again coming back to mind games. You're gonna have the Keeper of the Forest staying back, playing very, very passive, waiting for that Tempest ultimate to come out before he actually jumps in. But by that time that's actually happening, the entire Legion team is gonna get decimated by this Pestilence Hag combination. Not to mention the Soul Stealer. Like the Tricore is really being very effective, as you can see in the previous team fight. Oh, Luna actually just sniped out the Kong. That's kind of funny to see. Gonna use that red power to even kill the top lane. But yeah, I mean, like Tempest can even go for a Shrunken Head next after this because if he wants to like show himself, he can by all means, and let's just wait for the keeper to use the ulti before he actually pops his own. So there are a lot of things that he can decide to do. But just having the fact that Tempest already has that portal key, like that's the first item he straight up bought. I would actually have liked to seen some Astrolabes being bought first before that, but it's not as bad because in this kind of sense, it forces Legion team to play so passive, and if they get caught out, they're gonna die.
Yes, that said, Hellbourne has been addressing Dark Lady since the early stage of this game, and we have been asking for that the entire series. Once you play against impunity.storm, you know that you need to address the Dark Lady, and as in Nox particularly, and that said, Nox in this game is somewhat a little slower than that of the Soul Stealer. But what I like about Hellbourne team is that they did a little bit of a nice rotation round robin kind of control when most of these Legion members are completely controlled in the sense that they don't have much farm. Even the Keeper as well as Prisoner is only below 300 GPM, and that is a little bit sad to see.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, as a team like this that kind of strives towards the, push advantage, the ability to anti-push, they're actually getting their their towers pushed out really, really quickly, and they don't have what it takes to really take a team fight right now.
Yep, Token on Soul Stealer really manning up here. He already is a level 14, so that's going to be a level 2 Soul Burst, and we might see that in action with the Tempest ultimate. Do not Tempest does have a portal key, so Soul Stealer doesn't have it, so he definitely needs to have extra mobility, but if the Tempest holds them down long enough, there could be a little bit of a nice engagement. That being said, Prisoner is now being challenged by Pestilence. The big bad blast is going to kill that one, so that's good to see, whereas Soul Stealer is going to nicely burst down MOA by himself. And it seems like Pyromancer is going to address Soul Stealer without using his ultimate, so he is going to come back with a second life. Level 15 already, Nox goes in. A little bit questionable, but Pesty is going to stun him in place there, and it seems like Nox is going down a little bit late. That route, though, actually is not being effective. Yep, and the Tempest Element Void is still up, and you have to be really careful. That's it, Tempest going in. But doesn't get much of a thing done there. It's gonna get silenced, and a little bit sad to see, but he is gonna have to face his demise there. But doesn't matter because now Dark Lady did buy back, and that's gonna be a very good trade coming up from the Hellbourne side. They do lose the token, but it's sad to see that they don't get the meat tower there. And Tapper's not microing his elemental replicator and snipe out the tower. That's very bad to see. And I mean, I don't know, man. He could have gotten the tower, but he was just a little bit more focused on the Pyromancer, which I have got no idea why now the tower is gonna get denied. I don't know. They are contemplating is to deny whether or not, but Baston was hitting on it slightly early. Yep, it should be.
No,
I don't know, but living at 3 health points, like why? Never mind.
Yeah, that was just really poor decision making coming from Tempest to decide like, okay guys, let's YOLO and just jump in, and when they practically, like, who was it? I think the Pestilence already went in to try to, just clean shop, which he did. Tempest came in very late, got into such a bad position that he got completely silenced as soon as Dark Lady, used the charging strikes right into his face. Couldn't do anything because he ported in already. Even if he didn't use the port, he would be caught up by that, that 3-second cooldown thing and just get completely silenced to death by this Dark Lady. So that's just huge overextension by him on his part. And if you notice, the rest of his team was just like behind there, just chipping away at the tower. If had he just decided to destroy the tower, that would have been so much more better for them. But they actually do get the tower denied, so it cuts down the amount of gold that they receive. Luna has a bound eye, by the way, on top of the tablet of command, so he's pretty farmed himself as the support for this Hellbourne team.
Yes, and that's it. Legion has been avoiding team fight as much as they can go, but so far there's gonna be a little bit of a limit here. And Soul Stealer is actually gonna meet up with the Legion members, but nothing is actually gonna be coming out from the Legion side. So I mean, they might actually feel that they don't have the confidence to pick up the Soul Stealer, and it's gonna nicely just back away, shy away. That is fine. In general, as long as they have got the space for Nox to farm, Nox is definitely gonna have the ability to carry this entire game. The difference lies in the fact that, I mean, Hellbourne team is having the advantage so far, and they are not giving Nox any chance to go into the late game and making sure that Soul Stealer has got a level 16 ultimate right now. That's going to be a big soul burst, and Tempest still has got his ulti off cooldown because he didn't use it in the previous fight. So If this does go down again, the mid lane already without a tower there, the tier 3 taken care of, completely denied. It would be possible that there is going to be a Baron Rexer there. There we go, the stun coming from Pestilence and maybe Pyromancer trying to run away, but Keeper will stall them a little bit with the root there, and they are going to be fine. Nox is going in with a little bit, but the Soul Burst is completely wasted, and now Tempest is just going to nicely try and lock in Nox. Nox does go down, that's going to be okay. Pyromancer is trying to make his stuff work there. Heck is going to pay the price though, and Nox does buy back again.
Yeah, they forced a buyback at least, so that's really good for them. That just means Nox will not be able to buy back anymore, and I'm pretty sure Hellborn team knows that. So their prime target of choice right now is that Dark Lady. They lose Dark Lady, they can't fight. They don't have that really huge carry potential. They have Root, but what is that gonna do is on top of a Prisoner 9 for 5. The supports coming up for the team, it's not as farmed as you really want them to be. Actually, Nova's actually doing a pretty decent job, I have to say. He's actually level 11. That had to do mainly because of the fact that Richard Hag just really overextended going over there. But Richard Hag will have the Shrunken Head soon. Or maybe not soon, well, eventually, before the next team fight happens, so shouldn't be, in that kind of situation again. He's actually gonna go for Shrunken Head first before Grimmer Power. I actually don't really agree with that, but Tempest again, man, this guy seems to it just really feels like lackluster on his part from his Elemental Voids.
Yep.
Even though he has the option to like just jump in with ease, because if you notice, Keeper Murph has been just been prematurely using the Keeper's root, but it actually did kind of work out in the end there. Although they still did lose Nox. I would definitely like to see this Tempest get some better Elemental Voids off.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see that. That said, however, we do have a very interesting position right now. Level 17 on the Soul Stealer, looking for extra item, already having the Juventus Bane as well as Shrunken Head, plus the fact that he also has the Whispering Helm. So that should be looking at a pretty good symbol rage in the next few minutes there. May not be the next priority item, but I do believe that he will work on that. That said, Team Legion, I mean, Nox is still very far behind, and he does have the 5 brand, but nothing near Juventus Bane just yet. And the Luna is gonna nicely taunt him out there, and in fact, steal the Ancients, so that's gonna really shock Nox a little bit.
He just stole one though, so not that big of a deal, but yeah, I mean, Nox is doing his best, 530 gold per minute. Now he doesn't need to worry about saving for buybacks or anything, just purchase items, take team fights as quickly as possible. He's even gonna forsake going that was a Shrunken Head and just going for a straight up what is this called, Frostburn, maybe even into a Dawnbringer, because he just feels that right now, even if he has a Shrunken Head, when the rest of his teammates dies, what is he gonna do? Shrunken Head won't help him much against the Tempest Elemental Void. He wants to have that ability to jump on someone and just instantly burst them down.
Yep, and that's it. I don't know, but 28 minutes in, 7-17, 8k goal lead for the Hellborn side, and Legion, I would say that they are trying their very best to make something happen, but they generally don't have much damage there. And that's it, Dark Lady in a little bit of a tight spot right now, trying to run away, but the Silence on the Pestilence is going down. And that being said, Impale is definitely going to be a little bit of trouble there. And a nice little hook by Emperor, but is it going to translate to anything? That being said, Tempest does jump in, but no Void just yet. 4 seconds, it's not like he even needs it to begin with. And that's it, Emperor now in a little bit of a tight spot, level 12 only, and Soul Burst is going to pick him out there. So it's going to be the Victoria, the Impale from the Pestilence that will pick up the kill there. And on the flip side, it would be possible, but Legion team is just so far behind in this game, and I would say that they definitely need Dark Lady, but Dark Lady doesn't have a buyback. 500 GPM, yeah, but so what? He doesn't have a buyback, doesn't have the sufficient item to take a team fight, doesn't have the Shrunken Head that is very much needed. So far, it's not looking good for Team Imperial Storm. Definitely in a very, very bad state right now.
Yeah, very, very, very bad state. You saw there, they lost 2 heroes. They Emperor again tried to go in to save his teammate. In that kind of situation, when you don't have a lot of teammates nearby, I think you should just forsake it, just give up the kill on the Dark Lady. And because Dark Lady expelled those 2 buyback tokens, he can't buy back now. So Hellborn team has all the means necessary to just take down this Rex with ease. They don't have a carry to really dish damage out to them. The Emperor is down, so even if they had the root, it wouldn't be that good. But holy shit, Nova doing work for his team, man.
Yep, Nova doing good work there. Will be able to take out the Pestilence quickly, and that is at least going to be something as compared to not doing much at all. And that's a Nova is also going to get substantial amount of farm from the previous Phoenix wave. And I mean, in general, Nova in this particular game isn't just about warding. You can definitely tell that he did share a little bit of the ward burden with Baston playing as the MOA, and so far things are definitely looking pretty good for him particularly, but not for his team. And that said, he is already level 12, and that is a huge statement for support so far. In fact, he is overleveling most of the supports from the Hellborn side, or in fact overlevel Luna. So despite the fact that Luna does have more kill in terms of team experience, not kill himself, but he does have 4-0 and 8. But he does have pretty much the experience gain when he is in a team fight or when he survives. So that's good to see.
Yeah, but the thing is, they have a level 15 Tempest who has a Shrunken Head and Portal Key completed already. Most probably gonna reach level 16 soon. That just means now that is gonna be a 4-second lockdown on top of a lot more magical damage there. So that will be very, very nice with this Tempest coming out in this game. He's gonna have that level 16 ultimate, and it's just got into a stage where impunity.storm, they're trying their best to, milk whatever lane they can, but they can't really get team fights going in their favor because Hellborn team is just completely farmed up. They have all the necessary items. Pestilence doesn't even have a Shrunken Head, by the way. He went for a straight up Barb Armor, which is gonna deal a lot of damage against this Dark Lane. Here we go.
And it goes a little bit of a nice potting just to secure the kill on the Pestilence. This might be a little bit too much, and the root's gonna be wasted, but here comes Hellborn to try and make a payback. Possible that the Tempest's gonna be used the ultimate just to make sure Dark Lady goes down, and this is gonna be key because they know that that is the mayor to the town there. The moment Dark Lady is taken care of, there is no more Guardian, and that the Rex is going to be much more easier to obtain there. That being said, 60 seconds for the respawn timer on Nox there. Nox, this game, 480 GPM only, a little bit behind as compared to that of the Soul Stealer, 600 already, so they need to be really careful. But no remake, man. I am completely impressed with their gameplay so far.
Yeah.
Except for Heap, of course. Heap is just a heap of, fill in the blank there. But
Heap of small plays, but yeah, he, again, like, Element of Void top lane there, not necessary at all. In my honest opinion, not necessary at all. You have a Portal Key, Tempest, Pestilence with the Impale. All you need to do is just throw glacial stuns and instantly kill him. That Portal Key was just completely unnecessary. Because imagine if he had it now, he could have just jump in and catch 4 heroes right here.
Yep, there you go, a little bit jumping from the Pesty this time around onto the MOA. MOA a little bit of trouble there, but there is no Tempest ultimate, so Tempest is not going to be maximized here, but that's going to be okay. Pyromancer using the ulti on the Pesty, but it doesn't matter because Emperor is going down, and that's going to be okay. A little bit of the extra awkward stun there. It does show that there is no form of a damage coming from the Legion side. That's it, Nox is going to respawn in the next 3 seconds, and Nova gets sniped up by Bamley doing a lot of work with the power crew in this game. And they are just going to be able to nicely back away, but Nox is going to respawn and will not be able to achieve anything with the Keeper. Keeper no root, and they're going to call it concede already, and this game is going to be done.
Yeah, man, this game, man, GG well played. Today's Storm just cannot find the traction to really get back into it. Nox was doing a really good job though with his carry. Maybe if he had that Shrunken Head, it could make a difference, but even then, he expelled a lot of buybacks, couldn't find the gold for it. The rest of his teammates couldn't get much done either. Nova was doing a pretty good job as well, helping out Nox on that end, but I guess they just can't really find the room. Like, you can't have your mid lane die so many times. Emperor died 0-7. He had 0-7-2 as the final stats in the game, so it's just really unfortunate. I'm just gonna be right back real quick, so yeah.
That's gonna be okay. That said, that game was definitely a little bit ended a little bit too prematurely, and that is what I feel about that. Definitely impunity.storm needs to work on something there. They need to address the Soul Stealer, and I would say that Nox is doing the best that he could possibly do, but the problem being the fact that there is really no space for him to farm, and that is really sad to see. That said, ladies and gentlemen, that will be game 1, and game 2 is going to be well underway soon. Lark is going to have to restart his PC because he does have a very nice charcoal PC, and I hope he is not here. Yeah, he's gone already, so that's good. And he'll be back with me for game 2 real soon, so do sit tight. And this is Babael. Game 2 going to be well underway, so see you guys real soon.